Okay.
How's the Lee Sin into Cassante matchup? Not great for Lee Sin.
No, I don't think it's very good for Lee Sin at all, unfortunately.
Damn.
Gwen, though.
That's a fun one.
That's a good answer. Don't need the Aatrox. You can still get on top of a Smolder with Gwen and wreak havoc in a team fight, especially if you have a big Orianna ball on top of the Gwen and she's getting in there. Closing the gap can be quite hard, obviously, into Maokai, but any melee top laner is going to have the same struggles, so you'll have to find a flank angle.
I think that DRX, a bit more of a finesse comp. Nongshim have so many tools. They have to get to the power spikes. We'll see whether they can. Nongshim fighting.
Taking a look at the runes, it will be the Grasp Azir or Call Me, which I think 100% makes sense. Taking a page out of Showmaker's book here.
And it will make this whole composition so tanky.
Any Alistairs at level 1?
Yeah, well, Peter is going to headbutt Teddy. There we go. That's the full extent of his skills that he has available.
Aftershock procced. Nailed it. And how much his Q is going to do.
I also think if you're in range to auto-attack people as the Varus in this game, you've probably lost the team fight.
Yes.
Like looking at Cassante, Maokai, Azir, and Alistar, it just doesn't look like a good time to me.
Yeah. I know a lot of people will probably... Okay, hold on. We're going to have a little scuffle here over the bubs.
Yeah, Sylvie just going to ignore Sponge completely and wander over and take his bub like he deserved it.
Yeah, and Dindin going to get the fast track down here and trying to contest for a second, but no smite. Not going to happen.
Nope.
That's why getting here first is oh so important. So 2-1. Not going to be super impactful as we've talked about.
In comparison, the Spectre's Cowl now done for Dindin, so it's wet noodles abound. There's, okay, here on this bottom side, Sponge getting in there. There's the headbutt, the pulverize, and Peter.
Because if they just say no to a solo Chemtech Dragon and allow DRX to then be threatening for Soul Point, and it's Infernal Soul, that's a problem. Or if it's Mountain Soul. And just in general, any Soul, but especially Infernal, especially Hextech are the ones you really don't want to encounter here. We'll see what we get as Sylvie very boldly trying to deny these bubs.
Yeah, and now Call Me is just going to throw his ultimate into the wind. There is a safeguard from Sponge that saves him completely from that one. So now Q connecting, and they're looking for a re-engage opportunity. Peter does have the Unbreakable Will if he would like it, as the Shockwave is not exactly gigantic, but Dindin kind of is as he joins the fight. And now everyone is piling forward. Knockbacks abound. And Rascal gets in there. He's trying to do his best to do Gwen things, but everyone's in melee range, so he's not exactly immune. And that is another one for the Cassante. 1-0-1 now for Dindin, and Nongshim really finding their way through the fight.
I want to give him credit for the angle of the Maokai ult at least.
Yeah. I think the idea was absolutely there as Jiwoo, I don't know whether he's going to flap his way out of this one, but his mom was trying to get angry, but she unfortunately had an appointment. She's just going to yell and say, sorry, not today.
I mean, if you look at the map here, too, like, Sponge wasn't even involved in this. This was just a Pleta call. It was kind of in the vicinity, but not really, as Satab is in danger.
I think he might be close to dying. Sylvie didn't even have to use Twisted Advances. The Shockwave, not going to go on cooldown, thankfully, for Satab. But it is also not able to go off because he died so incredibly quickly. And a few extra kills. Nongshim seem to think it's them. I feel like Nongshim are playing, feeling like they... Okay, yep, Peter definitely feels that as Pleta finds a grand entrance onto Call Me. That is going to delay his follow-up to the engage. And Peter is unfortunately just dead. And Satab is killing turrets forever on this bottom side.
I mean, I respect the killer instinct.
Instead of just Jiwoo saying, my mom will take care of it.
Observers and production. Okay, hold on. We have a fight.
Yep, Call Me is going to get jumped on here. There's the kick flash. That wasn't the Shockwave, but I think they're still going to be able to kill this Azir, who's trying to get some autos in. Not quite tanky enough at this point in time, so they do manage to get their target.
The map's so much better, and if it's a Hextech Soul, it's a totally different scenario, as Jiwoo may be in danger here.
Well, he's flashing in. There's a headbutt. I'm not really going to find too much more, though, as we zoom all the way out. Rascal's teleported forward. This flank angle is terrifying, and Jiwoo's in trouble. The needlework coming on in. Pleta trying to get what he can done, but he's going down extraordinarily low, and Jiwoo manages to get the kill. It's a great shockwave into the backline, but a 1-for-1 is not what I was expecting there, as we get the fan reaction as well. You love to see it.
Speechless, that fan.
Oh, completely.
Speechless by the play. And then they don't.
Yeah.
They might do it now, though.
Oh, yeah.
Let us here.
He's not a top laner. Does get the battle dance, and all of that CC is just absorbed. Has Dundun got enough dashes to get his way out of this one? He has gone all out. He is theoretically a little bit squishier. A dragon is getting angry, and she is going to be ignored entirely. That is snip, 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 and down goes the Kasante as the game goes on. This is when Nongshim needs to turn it on, though.
Yes.
Emperor's Divide going to come down. So as I'm saying that, things are starting to happen, but Sponge just going to get himself out of there with the safeguard. Nature's Grass comes down. They've noticed that they're split up, and Hepa Pulverize is going to get flashed there from Teddy. Nicely played, but Pleta is burning down. There's a safeguard. He's going to be absolutely fine. That was so many shields, so many options. No, seriously. And they have a lot of magic resist, but they don't have a lot of armor, so Teddy's kind of shredding through them. Is okay. Jiwoo able to Cleanse Flash his way out, but now Cleanse Flash is on cooldown. Sponge, he can't get there! Jiwoo's now able to get these autos down, and the Dragon gets angry. Rascal's fighting Sylvie, but that means he's not in this team fight. Bramble Smash comes down, he can dash over. He's trying to play in the base gates, but it does not work. Going to have immunity.
Have to be decisive here if you're Nongshim, because you're eventually going to lose the poke war to this Varus if you just sit around. You have to engage. Call me, it's on you. You've got flash, you've got ult. You're going to have to make it count.
It's just about to come off cooldown, and he uses it immediately. Dundun dives on over. They look for the jungler. They steal away the Drake, and there goes Sponge. Although he stays alive for a really long time, they're able to take down the Smolder, and Rascal is now tearing them to shreds. He does get knocked up. Emperor's Divide, the Tanker's here, starting to work out. Somehow it's Peter that gets the kill, but Teddy is still up and available and gets the flash out from Colmy. Pleta now chasing after his opposite number, who just runs headlong into the wall. I don't blame him. This game is completely chaos.
It is absolutely chaos. Rascal dies, but he does so much damage because even though, I mean, if they could force Sylvie's ult, Rascal can do something.
Yeah, see, if they manage to land these Qs onto the Smolder, that is danger times as Colmy moving on over. Mom gets mad as Satab going to lose that Verdant Barrier. Now the Baron gets angry as he throws an orb at it. Not sure about that play.
MR, or with the MR shred of that Baron, maybe they get in there and blow him up somehow. It could have been interesting, but instead it's just going to be a trade of objectives here. Soul point for Baron. Dundun knows this. Obviously he's here, but the rotation has to be swift. Let's see if they can actually get away with this. They got the Dragon. They're coming over now.
Yep, and the Baron is going to go down relatively quickly. Teddy still does a lot of damage to it, as now Peter trying to get himself in the area. They know they have to wait, and Sylvie is booking it. He's trying to get through. Emperor's Divide to throw back this Rakan, who just explodes. And yes, they managed to get the Baron, but can they get out with it? That's the question. The answer looks to be yes, as Colmy unable to get over both of the walls. Mom gets a bit mad. That's fine.
Just making sounds. I don't... Blowing these two ultimates here...
I mean, 40 seconds on the Drake. Is that going to be actually enough now as, okay, Pleta is going to get that charm across. Looks now for Dundun. Snip's coming in. He goes all out. He tries to get out of there, and he is going to be able to get out. What the heck, Dundun? Just baits Rascal in, and he's taken down. He is their biggest threat in a side lane.
That is so huge.
So the next Drake spawn is going to be a big one. Let's have a look at Dundun's perspective here, as he's the one that goes in on the Gwen. Of course he is.
Yeah, and of course there's a Rakan here as well that was an attempt from Peter to actually keep him at bay. He goes super low, gets out, and then look at that. Peter knocks him back in. It's a kill.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Relative poke comp to try and take down if they just keep getting their health back. And look at how much of it Dundun has. Pleta gets in there. That quickness kind of massive as the shockwave comes down. Now Mom's getting angry. Rascal trying to be immune, but he's not. He just explodes. Jiwoo has hit critical mass, and it is a big problem for DRX. Dundun running after Satab. Doesn't seem to mind too much about Pleta. He'll take him down first off. Jiwoo going to help out with that. And there's the flash twisted advance.
That's the game, I think.
Goes down, yeah, and there's just nothing they can do. Teddy's like, well, I mean, I think I tried my best, guys.
Sponge trying to hold the wave.
Yeah, he's going to burn down. Emperor's Divide is a celebration. The sneeze is there, the flash from Jiwoo, because he knows the game is over. And Nongshim are going to take game one.
What a game.
42 minutes.
What a game. That wasn't the call from Pleta to go on the tanks there. They just got desperate. They got frustrated. You know, they're getting the Dragon. We actually don't have enough time to win the longer fight. The poke is not doing enough damage. Everyone is so tanky, but the engage there's just not enough damage to kill the targets he chose. And there's a lot of damage on Jiwoo to kill anybody at any point in time. And finally, the Dragon will have his day today.
And I think that Ocean Soul also really did kind of help. And even just the 3 Ocean Drakes, right? The fact that that was the rift that we were on, just meant that Teddy, yeah, he does 55,000 damage.
Yeah.
Like, it was absurd the amount of damage that he managed to do.
It's either that or Aatrox for me.
Or he, like, does something Dundun, you know, and just picks Nasus or something like that on purpose. That
Twisted Fate is also up. I actually kind of forgot about this pick, and it is very strong right now. Works well with the comp. You have a lot of follow-up CC to a gold card. You can crash into that with your Rel. You have the Nautilus. You have feathers you can pull back.
A lot of attention at this point in time. Can he be the savior of DRX? We'll have to find out right now.
And that'll be the end of that.
Yep, just going to follow the minions as they head towards the lane, and then just look to be annoying with the extra range that he does have for himself.
You know, if it's a different support, then the Nautilus maybe is, or if Ju walks into the bush.
Yep, he's going to have to flash, and now he's down to next to no health. Does manage to get the root onto the Xin Zhao, but face checking there, that was costly. Has to use his flash, and that is almost just disaster stations. As Colmy is also in a little bit of trouble.
I mean, Ju has a lot of experience now as a player. Like, at this point, you know, Jiwoo or Peter to actually get over there, so they both, you know, extended that CS lead as hold on.
Yeah, Rascal looking for an angle here as Gold Card not really going to do anything at all. He is going to throw it down, and now Dundun creates a bit of distance. Both of them just ghosting. Q going to come on forward, as now we've got another Gold Card. Ghost comes down. There's the stun, but Rascal is going to be able to tank that one up.
Shouldn't have been in the position he was in to get engaged on, but handled it well. Now he's in trouble.
Yeah, well, Rascal's going to try and get over there. Remember, the flash's still up. As Colmy, he could be in trouble. The Ignite ticking down. Should still be all right, though, as okay. There's the Shattering Strike. Gold Card coming down as well, as Dundun and Sylvie just trying to space this one as best they can. And so far, so good here on this top side of the map. Just given the fact that, okay, Destiny going to come on through here. Is Yahoo going to get thrown back? There is Sylvie looking for it, and he'll be able to get there. Dundun's got a gold card for him, and that is a very dead way. So he will be all right. But I do think Twisted Fate really does change up how you look at a late game, just with the amount of vision control you can just get on a dime.
Yeah, exactly. Plus the fact that with Shiv, he can push waves super quickly.
Oh, the Ignite!
What?
He's going to get flashed on. Depth Charge has come down as Battle Dance going to come on through, and now Shelly's driving into the turret. It was no action, and now it's all the action, as Shelly's still alive, 4 health. Sylvie wants to come on over. There's a Magnus Storm. It only connects onto the Xin Zhao, who does get pulled back, but that hook is great. The answer is there.
Going to push this out, but he's not going to be a real threat here on the flank. They're committing the TP, though, for Rascal. Let's see how this fight goes.
Yeah, Destiny going to come on through here as Dundun will join the fight. In goes the Recombinant immediately. He's gold-carded, and now Jiwoo's going to be on the board. Decent work, though, by Yahoo, as Sylvie is going to be his first target. Jiwoo trying to get out of there, and he will successfully escape. The Blade Caller working out as well, but the Dragon, that's going to be Soul Point picked up for DRX, and now the re-engage once again. Dundun gonna have to flash to get himself out of the way, and Yahoo just destroys Jiwoo as he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and now the long-range poke coming on in. Too much AoE damage.
Yeah, they were all grouped, and he layered, I believe it's the QE, the floor damage on top of the Maw.
Yeah.
And that was like, that was just
equalizer.
The basic ability equalizer is.
Yep.
Dundun can win out against Rascal here, but the damage has been done in this game now. I mean, that's Soul Point for DRX as well, so, but he did much less, he made much less of an impact with how these fights look on the Azir than the Hui did.
All right, Colmy does manage to grab it. The flash comes through, but it's not quite enough. And now the Hui tries to get the ultimate damage across. Dundun is almost just dead, though. And a K'Sante is going to be in there. The all-out comes down. Colmy is ripped to shreds. And yeah, you'll trade that, your mid laner, for 2, definitely.
And the problem with this play for me is, if Yahoo hits that flash, you lose those members and you don't get Yahoo. You barely got Yahoo. You just were not in a position to force that. Now they're in even more trouble.
Yeah, Featherstorm does come down, but there's the Fate's Call to deny any of the damage. Magnus Storm trying to get the work done as Jiwoo is going to get knocked up. Sponge just gets another audacious charge. Peter trying to be a hero, but there is no damage left in this fight, and DRX will just clean them up. Nongshim,
that's
that one overextension. Vision is actually equal between these two teams. Rascal now taking a few autos, but he's definitely capable of doing that as Splitter dives into the backline. He finds the quickness onto Jiwoo, and Emperor's Divide now to try and protect him, get him into a good position. Sylvie can't really get this one done, though, as Rascal had soaked everything. The Rakan goes down. Nongshim still trying to stand their ground, and there goes The Cassante, I don't know about this one, as the Sand Soldiers come on in, and Teddy is going to get taken down. Dundun with a beautiful gold card. He's got another one now as the Crushing Maw comes in. Dundun has been sacrificed, and Sponge is going to do it. The Zaya goes down, and DRX, they win everything. Yep, the Baron, full information over to Nongshim. Another flank angle here as well for Sylvie, who Magnustorms tries to get on top of the Kalista, who goes Golden Emperor's Divide to try and stop Pleta from getting in there, and it's Jiwoo. They need to try and keep him safe. Featherstorm going to be used here as Teddy takes down Sylvie. 2 already lying on the floor, make that 3. Jiwoo managing to get at least maybe 1 here, but he will now be routed. Call me down as well. It's a quadra for this jungler, 7-0-6 for Sponge. He out here sponging him up, and I think the next thing is going to be a Nexus.
Yep, they are going to take the game with that one. There were definitely some moments. Nongshim was gifted a few extra opportunities in this game, but trying to get on top of the arm guard holding Wei was probably not the angle, and that was a flanking recon on the other side. They didn't know. And the engage from Sylvie, I think he was initially just trying to figure out where the recon was, and he was like, well, I got to go in. But he went in on the wrong target, and arm guard rules the day again for another mid laner. Peter's going to respawn, but only to watch the tragedy of his Nexus falling.
Yep, Sylvie also going to come down and just try and be a nuisance, but nothing is going to stop DRX from taking this one to game number 3.
Jiwoo's positioning overall, even though he was limited by his champion here, I think in a lot of ways, did do a lot more than I thought he was going to do in this game, but ultimately it wasn't enough.
Bit safer as far as a blind, but now I wouldn't even mind if Rascal just goes towards the Jax, and then they can play Sejuani Jax on that top side of the map. This is a beautiful draft for DRX.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Although Tibbers is like a demon possessing a teddy bear, so maybe Amumu probably wanted to steer clear anyway. Let's jump onto the Rift here for game number 3. Is whether DRX's absolutely extraordinarily beautiful draft is going to get toppled by Nongshim picking champions they kind of like. And,
Sponge is up here. This is going to be really tough to play out. They don't know about this either. As you can see, the vision for Nongshim, they have no idea. They know.
Yeah, Sylvie a little bit far away from this one is now Dundun. He is, trying to run his way out. There's the permafrost. He will be able to get it. And just so unfortunate, that timing, the fact that Sylvie could not help at all. So I feel like the preparation for the Azir first pick wasn't quite there, as he has to flash in the 1v1.
We'll get the value out of the ult at least.
That is true. So Emperor's Divide going to be up, and the ult from Yahoo not quite there. The Unending Despair. Like, honestly, perfect game.
He's like,
pace right now. It's 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, he's got like, he's like 1 minion away from 6. Okay, finally gets it. I thought he was going to get off the last wave, but Pleta already had 6-2, and they were able to get the Senna into mid lane here. Teddy just going to try to make an impact here as Sponge is here. If he hits this ult on Flashless's ear, call me as Dunzo, and that positioning makes me believe he has no idea.
Yep, he has Flash available.
Oh, no.
This is doomed. He's just dead, guys. That is going to be that. Emperor's Divide comes down just in celebration. And Teddy going to help out with that as well, so that's going to make the bottom lane even worse. Rascal getting some attention from Peter here towards this top side of the map, but I just don't think that they really have the space.
And the meta calls for it. Sometimes you got to play things you're not comfortable with. It's going to come back to bite them a little bit in this series.
Yeah, Sponge does have the ultimate back up and available once again, as Rascal might be in trouble. Grand Entrance not quite going to work out for Peter though, as he still had the quickness. Ignite's ticking and he's dead. Not sure about that one. Magnustorm now working out here for Sylvie as well, as Sponge going to have to go for a fat flash, and he does get it over this wall. DRX, bit of an overstep there towards the top side. Some miscommunication between the players.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
The Jax wanting to team up, looking for this fight. Sylvie taking a bit of damage. As now, Rascal, information about his position is entirely unknown as he just immediately dives in. There's a Glacial Prison. Sylvie is the one they're targeting, but he's eating a lot of damage. Takes a while, and now Dundun is trying to get on in there. Sponge is relatively low, but he isn't the problem. There's a Drake. It manages to go over to the Sejuani, and Zeri's trying to get the work done, but she's not going to be able to. It's a Hextech Soul in the middle of this fight. That's pretty fun. As now Yahoo finds an ulti. No, he doesn't. Not the ulti. It was a different projectile. He's got about 6 million of them.
Yeah, it's hard to know with this passive that puts things on the ground as well.
Speedy up ground. Crushing Maw connects.
Never say it's over till while bro's breathing.
Yeah. Yahoo is just wandering around. He's going to get Magnustorm. kind of weird that his ultimate goes off there as well, and the Magnet Storm circle was being just encompassed by it, but he's really dead. On the other side of the map, Dundun is probably going to follow suit. They're spending a fair bit of time under the turret, but they can. Sponge is very tanky. And yeah, this, I wasn't expecting Senna to be this kind of online.
And everybody's just walking down here to defend this turret that I don't think... I mean, okay,
it's not looking very defendable, but there is the Magnet Storm. It's only on Kehu. That's the only target he's looking for. Sponge is tanking up everything else, and Teddy is just keeping them alive. DRX, the whole squad shows up, and they just smash the fight. They grab the turret. This gold lead is really getting out of control. Oh, I can't believe we didn't realize that one.
I have had so many tough ideas. Oh, hold on. Sponge, he should be okay, right? He's got...
Yeah, he should be able to get out of there. The flash, just before the Emperor's Divide. That one's good, but now Pleta in a bit of trouble. Thank goodness he's got a billion farm, because otherwise it could have been a difficult time. But yeah, Yehu was in the top lane. And then,
or you have Tank Nihilus, which is even worse, or Kench, right? But in this case, they flexed the Maokai, which was super smart. It's a great draft from DRX, so we're just seeing the consequences of that. Let's see if Nongshim can do anything.
Dundun in a little bit of trouble here as the Drake has been pulled by Nongshim, but both of the top laners towards that top side. We do have the Nature's Grasp, but not a lot of follow-up here from DRX. Maybe an angle, but Sylvie still taking a fair bit. Teleport going to be used by both of these top laners eventually, as Dundun wants to go back first because he lost out on those trades. Magnet Storm does come in from Sylvie as Jiwoo dives on top of Yehu. That is going to be the steal away of the Drake, so we don't have that one. But now Yehu trying to stay alive. Into the backline goes Dundun though, and he finds the angle. This is all Nongshim until now, because Rascal, he's found the angle to get himself in there, but still a colossal win for Nongshim is what it feels like. Jiwoo losing a battle with the minion wave. What the heck's going on here? But never mind, he is going to be able to win it in the end.
We need to see a little bit more clean play here from DRX. The Jax is also not threatening sides. He's looking for a wraparound here.
Oh, but that wraparound may just be what they need. Here's the Nature's Grasp. Jiwoo, is he able to get out of the snare? That's the question. He's not able to get out of the Counter-Strike, but does have the cleanse to try and help him out. The arm guard is going to be broken. Dundun in that backline will be able to go into stasis, but Call Me, he's not so lucky. Yeah, who's going to pick up that kill? I think they should be able to get over here to potentially contest.
Yeah, and Call Me doesn't have ult. It's going to come up very soon. They need to buy time somehow.
X-Gate going to bring Rascal over, as now Call Me and Dundun are lying in wait, but Rascal perhaps just straight up doesn't care. Call Me getting sniped as well, as Yehu getting some work done, and wow, we are going extraordinarily deep onto this one. Rascal once again has a Counter-Strike. Emperor's Divide is avoided. This guy's Jax is absurd this game. Call Me going down very, very low. Dundun will be taken out, and DRX, they take themselves the Baron, and they find themselves the team fight. Yehu unable to get that particular skill shot, but I think the damage has well and truly been done.
On the Fed Jax, so now there's Siege. Pretty insane, but Baron is fading.
It
20
is.
seconds.
Still, Teddy has a lot of range, and Rascal keeping them busy here towards this top side. They have taken 2 inhibitors. Can just look for a little bit of an escape. I don't know about that one, Sponge. That was odd, but
it's a bait.
Shadow going to come in. Maybe it is, as the Counter-Strike connects, and it's Jiwoo that's in trouble. The Permafrost is there, but it's unable to be activated, and Jax goes down. So Sponge may have just baited his top laner a little bit, but that's fine. They got the inhibs. They're like, all right, both of them are down. Let's go. Nongshim now going to have to start face-checking their way in already. You can see DRX have started work on this, as now Call Me.
X-Tech is so frustrating.
Yeah. Already, Sylvie trying to get over there. Look at this layering of CC. It's ridiculous. Unending Despair feels aptly named as the Bramble Smash comes down, and in goes Rascal. Finds the Counter-Strike onto so many. The CC, they're a freight train, just moving one after the other towards Nongshim. Dundun trying to get some work done. The health bars are relatively low, and oh, Jiwoo able to take down the Jax. That is kind of massive. As Call Me, he should be taken out here. It's a closer fight than I expected, to be honest.
They're going to take the Hex Gate here. Timing is of the essence.
Yep, they're going to have to walk over a sapling if they want to get this one done. It is down extraordinarily low. There's no jungler in this pit, but it is still going to be secured by the Maokai. And the Dragon is now going to just devour Dundun. Yeah, inhibitors have respawn, so there's at least that. If you are a Nongshim fan, now Sponge does notice that all of the bad guys are there. And oh my god, Jiwoo taking so much damage. Yehu just killing them from a screen away. The Zeri is just wiped off the face of Summoner's Rift. Dundun taken down as well, and that is just a clean sweep. Call Me the last man standing. and he's just wondering where everybody went. He may have blinked while that team fight was happening, and unfortunately, now the rest of his teammates are gone. Nexus turrets also are going to erupt, and no time wasted here by DRX at the very end.
This was one of the best looks we've seen from DRX all year.
Yep, and Rascal able to do almost double the damage of that of an Aatrox. That is definitely cathartic.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG Interview translation, joined by Sponge and Rascal on the side of DRX. Congratulations on the win.
두 분 오늘 POG를 받으셨는데요. 스폰지 선수, 라스칼 선수와 인터뷰 나눠보겠습니다.
This was a very important and also even a crucial game that you had to win for the playoffs contention. How do you feel about the win?
저희 연패 끊을 수 있어서 너무 좋고
Yeah, I'm really glad that we managed to end our losing streak here, and I think our performance also was better, so it feels amazing. Sponge, what about you? It was a must-win series for us, so I'm happy that we were able to get the win and also ended our losing streak. Yeah, DRX's losing streak was lasting pretty long as the oldest member of your team. What kind of words did you share with your teammates? Yeah, we were definitely not having the best time recently. So I just wanted to make sure that we can just stay strong and keep our spirits high. And if we just keep working hard, we will be able to find our potential because I believe in our roster and our players are very talented.
값진 승리 얻어낸 것 같습니다. 스폰지 선수가 연패 과정에서 또 눈물을 보인 적도 있었잖아요.
I can tell it must have been a very challenging time. Sponge even showed tears after a crushing loss. How did you keep your spirits up?
과정에서 근데 경기력이 또 좋게 진 날은 그래도 막 처지진
Well,
않았던
I
것
mean,
같은데
we were on a losing streak, but there were some matches where we were still able to showcase a better performance. So on the days that we were not able to perform well, we did our best to have a lot of communication about our gameplay and stuff so that we can still build trust in each other and also, kind of strengthen our team bonding. In Game 2, you recorded a 0-deaths performance on Xin, showing a very impressive performance. What strengths does Xin pick bring to the composition? I think our comp had really good front lane. And also, I think Xin is just a really good pick into Rel, a good counter. If that's so, why do you think Xin was not able to have many victories until now? I don't really think Xin is a very strong pick, but today I think it was just a lucky day for Xin and he was able to have a very good early game so that he could actually just pop off. Also, in Game 2, mid laner Yehu was subbed in. How was the topside synergy with the new mid laner on the roster? Well, actually, even though Yehu, he did not have a long time to prepare or practice, but we have been playing together since last year, me and him. And also, despite the short period of time to preparation, he still did his best. And also, he was the one that bringing the energy to the team when we are not, having the best time. So I thought this was a try that we can go for today. Sponge, your Sejuani is recording a 5-2 record so far. Does playing Sejuani boost your confidence? Yeah, definitely. I get to play with a lot more confidence on Sejuani. So Sejuani was banned in both Game 1 and 2, but was let through in Game 3. Did you kind of foresee the victory at that moment? I was kind of expecting them to not ban Sejuani in Game 3, so I was just looking for that chance. And then Sejuani was a great pick to complete our comp and also doing a great job early on in the game as well. So we were able to secure the win. However, Rascal, in Game 3, Zeri was also getting scaled and the game was getting a little bit delayed. What did you focus on in order to close out the game? So as Jax, I was focusing on playing with the aggro, you know. I thought I should be the one going in and kind of absorb all of the aggro and like go back and forth. But there were some moments that I was not very clean with that play, but still we were able to get the win in the end. Tell us about the last pick, Jax, as well into Aatrox. Is it? How would you like to rate this right now? Well, it depends, but if you can play aggressively on Jax, you will be able to get more value. DRX, your next opponent is Hana Life Esports. What are you expecting from that match? I felt like even in the first round, we were able to put up a really good fight into them. So I hope we can put up the best performance possible up against them this time around. With the victory of DRX, a very long-awaited victory, many fans are very happy right now. But you didn't really do any ceremony. Why was that? I was having a conversation with the coaching staff. I was not aware of it. Would you like to do some right now? A big smile and peekaboo ceremony from Rascal to celebrate the victory. Can you do one more looking at the camera? You kind of missed it. Awesome, amazing. Thank you. To close out the interview, anything you want to say to the DRX fans? I mean, we were having a long losing streak, but I really appreciate all the fans who stayed with us during the hard time, and because of that, we were able to get the win today. I wish we can get a continuous support from the fans and we can also repay the support with better and stronger performance. And Sponge, would you like to add on to that? I feel the same, you know. I'm very grateful for the supports from the fans and I really want to repay all the supports with our performance. And this will be the end of the POG interview and back to the space. Thank you.